Hello, it is Foundation Friday, July 7th, 2023. Steve Sipress here, and we are on track to break the all-time record here in the way too hot and way too sunny Phoenix, Scottsdale, Arizona for the most consecutive days where the temperature reached 110 degrees or more. So we are on track to do that. Stay tuned for details, but yes, this is another blisteringly hot day here. So here we go with another in our multi-part series on the fantastic foundational book, The Magic of Thinking Big, by Dr. David J. Schwartz. We are at the end of chapter 12, Use Goals to Help You Grow. And Dr. Schwartz lets us know that you've probably heard many people saying things like, oh, I wish I bought shares of that stock or Bitcoin or whatever when it was a penny or a dollar or whatever, and I'd be a billionaire and whatever. That's normally what people think of investing. They think of stocks or cryptocurrency or real estate or some other type of property. But the biggest and most rewarding kind of investment is self-investment, purchasing things which build mental power and proficiency. The progressive business knows that how strong it will be 5 years from now depends not on what it does 5 years in the future, but rather on what it does and what it invests in this year. Profit comes from only one source: investment. So, of course, we've got to do things in the business. We've got to pay the bills and hire people and fire people and manage people and put things into place and manage the operations and make sure everything is running along. But none of that, of course, makes money. The only thing that makes money is investment, advertising, marketing, sales efforts, things that bring the money into the business. You invest your time, your energy, your money into growing the business. Everything else is just the cost of running the business. There's a lesson for each of us to profit, get the extra reward above a normal income for you and for your business in the years ahead. We must invest in ourselves. We must invest to achieve our goals. So, with that in mind, here are two sound self-investments which will pay handsome profits in the years ahead. Number one, invest in education. And people that know me know I am well known for saying, never confuse schooling with education. So I had a member of my All-Star Entrepreneur Mastermind group put a post onto social media yesterday that he's decided with his wife that they're going to homeschool their baby girl, who's, I guess, about 1 or 2 years old. And congratulations, because schooling is not where education happens. Education happens all over the place, and people make the mistake of thinking schooling is education, or measuring the amount of schooling, measuring the amount of education they have by the amount of schooling they have. Not true. And Dr. Schwartz lets us know that true education is the soundest investment you can make in yourself, but let's be sure we understand what education really is. Some folks measure education by the number of years spent in school or the number of diplomas, certificates, and degrees earned. But this quantitative approach to education does not necessarily produce a successful person. And he quotes the chairman of General Electric, at the time one of the top 5 corporations in the world, who said the top business management had this attitude towards education. 2 of our most outstanding presidents never attended college, and some of our present officers do have doctorate degrees, but 12 out of 41 of them have no college degrees. 12 out of 41 officers of one of the world's largest corporations, no college degree at all. He said, we're interested in competency, not diplomas. A diploma or degree may help you get a job, but it will not guarantee your progress on the job. Business is interested in competency, not diplomas. Another thing business success is not based on is certifications. I see people claiming, oh, I'm a certified consultant, I'm a certified coach. I mean, at one point, I was a certified Dan Kennedy independent business advisor. That gave me the exclusive rights to teach people and coach people and consult with people on Dan Kennedy direct response style marketing in the Chicago area, at which point I built the biggest chapter of the Dan Kennedy Company in the entire world, out of nearly 100 chapters. But a certification does not guarantee anything. I think over 90% of the certified advisors failed to get enough people to show up at their chapters, and they gave up after a few months, after a little bit of time. So business is interested in competency, not diplomas, not certifications, not degrees, not any of that stuff. To other people, education means the quantity of information a person has stashed away in his brain, but the soak up the facts method of education will not get you where you want to go. More and more, we're depending on all kinds of sources for information. If we can only do what a machine can do, we're in a real fix, right? ChatGPT, Google.com, search engines can look up anything. In 1 second, you've got it. I've got it where I'm recording this video right now on my phone, in my pocket at all times, or near me, or whatever. Like, you know, the way most of schooling runs on these closed book tests, and, oh, you can't get help from anyone in the class, that's cheating. And you can't look at a textbook or look anything up during the test, that's cheating. That's so stupid and so just anti-success. I mean, in the real world, you can get help from anyone and anything for anything you need at any time. And you can work together with anybody at any time. In other words, the real world is an open book test. So this schooling where you memorize facts and figures, what a complete waste of time, total BS. Real education, the kind worth investing in, is that which develops and cultivates your mind. How well educated a person is measured by how well his mind is developed. In brief, by how well he thinks. Anything which improves thinking ability is education. And you can obtain education in many ways, but the most efficient sources of education are still college or universities. But you don't go with the goal in mind of getting the degree. Go take a few classes there. There's classes on just about everything, anywhere near anybody. There's online schools. There's all kinds of educational online videos on YouTube and other video channels, platforms. Many people do earn degrees in these part-time or evening programs, but the degree, which in the final analysis is only a piece of paper, is not their primary motivation. They're going to school to build their minds, which is a sure way to invest in a better future. And make no mistake about this, education is a real bargain. People say, oh, I can't afford to attend another conference or buy another program or hire a coach or hire a consultant or get an advisor. But successful people say, I can't afford not to. Because again, they know that only investment produces profits. So you've got to invest your money. That means not just spending it on things that don't produce dividends, but you invest it in education, surefire way to succeed if you do it the right way. So why not make an investment decision right now? Call it school. One night a week. Go take an in-person class or an online class, or watch videos or attend a webinar or go through a program or a course or meet with a coach or a consultant or an advisor one time a week for the rest of your life. It will keep you progressive, young, and alert. It'll keep you abreast of your areas of interest, and it will surround you with other people who also are going places. And the second self-investment you should do is to invest in idea starters. Education will help you mold your mind, stretch it, train it to meet new situations and solve problems. But idea starters serve a related purpose. They feed your mind. They give you constructive material to think about. Now, what are the best sources of idea starters? There are many, but to get a steady supply of high-quality idea material, why not do this? Resolve to purchase at least one stimulating book every month and subscribe to a couple of magazines or journals or podcasts or video channels, again, whatever it is, which stress ideas. And that way, for only a little bit of time, money, and effort, you can be tuned in to some of the best thinkers available anywhere. And finally, Dr. Schwartz tells a story about, well, we'll skip the story because I've told a couple of stories here that are real similar. So again, take your cue from the successful people. Invest in yourself. And that'll do it for today. Next week, we will wrap up this chapter 12 in The Magic of Thinking Big by Dr. David J. Schwartz. And then we will move on to the final chapter 13 in a future episode here on Foundation Friday. Thank you for being here today. Thanks for watching on the replay. Have a fantastic weekend. Stay cool. And I will catch you tomorrow, unless you're in the southern hemisphere, of course, where it's winter. Stay warm. Just stay happy. And keep investing in yourself. It'll pay dividends for you and your business. And I'll catch you tomorrow on Social Media Saturday. Big things happening in the social media world, are they not? We'll have a follow-up from last Social Media Saturday tomorrow. Catch you then. Bye-bye.